Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all are getting used to hearing my voice today because it's going to be a long one. We're not even halfway through our list of players yet, although we've already had some guys that I would say are making some pretty strong cases. So, in this one, we're going to be taking a look at, in case you haven't already guessed it by who I'm playing as, uh, Grigori Denisenko. I Sorry if I butchered that. I know I didn't butcher the second part, but I may have butchered his first name. I do apologize about that. But let's just look at the facts here. Similar to Almond, he's always been a glue guy. He was the original, take a pay cut guy. He was our 8 years at 3.25 million. But at the same time, he also stepped in and filled a role that this team needed. Whenever we had, oh my gosh, who was it? I believe it was Hornquist was starting to decline. He was starting to get to the point where we couldn't really use him anymore. Or at the very least, we couldn't use him to the same effectiveness of which we used him before. What a dish by him to Bryson Barney. Potential Hall of Famer there. Ha ha. Ah, yeah. You see what I did there? Yeah. Go check out that one, please. Please. Anyway, so Denisenko has always been a glue guy. Was the original take a pay cut guy. He was an original Florida draft pick, which sounds really weird to say, but like he was on the Panthers before I got here, before we got here. He grew in the AHL, produced extremely well there. However, similar again to Almond, he didn't really win the individual awards. He was just a guy on a great team. He was one of many guys, if you get what I'm saying. He was good. He was never that great. If I'm not mistaken, he did actually have a season of leading us in points or getting close to it. Um, he definitely had over 100 at least twice. But in general, the case of Denisenko comes similarly to Almond. How much do you value that glue guy? You know, he was definitely this. Denisenko was someone who was going to get himself a letter. Let me tell you that right now. The second that Huberdeau retired, Denisenko was going to be my next alternate captain or assistant captain or whatever the A stands for nowadays, because I really can't remember what it's supposed to stand for. At one point I was told assistant. At one point I was told alternate. I just botched that hardcore. But yeah, so he was going to be one of the many guys that one of the guys that I felt like could lead this team into its next generation, into the post Barkov, Huberdeau, Ekblad era, which may not sound like a lot to you guys, but I value the captaincy. I value the letters a lot in this game, which does it affect a lot? No, but it's also a representation of you as a team. Okay, and that's something that I take pride in, which again is probably really stupid for me to say about a video game. But you know what? I don't care. I took pride in him. I took pride in this team, and I took pride in having him on this team. Once again, though, so the cons for him, not a big um, individual award guy. Never the best player on his team, which, believe it or not, that's a real world thing that people check. Um, he's never been the best player on his team. He's been a reliable point producer, but not an outstanding one. Always that second or third, normally the second guy on his line for points, and always was a, how do I put this? Always was a, mm, I don't want to say he disappeared when it mattered most, because he didn't. He definitely didn't disappear. He definitely wasn't ever there. But like he shrunk in big moments. Every time that we got into a big moment, whoa, he gets laid out. Every time that we got into a big moment, it seemed like, you knew Denisenko wasn't going to be the guy to come up with the winner. It was going to be one of his line mates, and he may even assist the play, but it wasn't going to be Denisenko. So once again, guys, positives. Glue guy, very important. Was drafted by the Panthers before we got here. Oh wow, I botched that too. Are you kidding me? You can't even do a wraparound? What the heck? But yeah, so glue guy. did take less on his contract, which is huge because this team would have been cap strapped to say the least. I am skating this, Barney. Get out of my way. Thank you. But they would have been cap strapped without him. He was the first guy to say, you know what, I'm going to take a pay cut. Reliable point producer, good member of our top six. And again, I believe he actually has 4 Stanley Cups to his name, which he is the first member that we've been able to discuss that has that, which is interesting to say the least. So with that, guys, I think I'm going to leave you all on that. Let me know what you think. Does Denisenko deserve a spot in the Hall of Fame? You let me know, all right? Anyways, guys, I will talk to you all in the next one. At this point, I hope that you all have figured out it's going to be, at the top of the next hour. You let me know whenever we discuss the curious case of Anthony Duclair. Talk to you all then.